What is going on, guys? It is Michael from GPURisers.com, and today we are taking the RTX 3070 Ti off the test bench and replacing it with an RTX 3090. Now, we've had the 3070 Ti on the test bench for quite some time. There's been a lot of changes going on, including the recent, T-Rex 24.2 miner. And on top of that, we've also been building 3070 Ti rigs. You'll probably see another video sometime soon of our second rig that we're building. So we have a total of 12 3070 Ti's now. 6 of them are the Zotac models that you saw in the other videos. And then the other 6 that we got are kind of, all different models, including this for the Win 3 edition. So we're going to go ahead and take this off finally, and we are going to replace it with an RTX 3090 and do a whole bunch of testing on it. And the reason why we're going to be doing 3090 testing is because we plan on building a 3090 rig. Now, the 3090 rig will initially be on 120 volt. However, we are planning on transferring it fairly soon to 240. And the importance of that is that we are going to be using 2 power supplies on that, which means we can have more than 6 of them. We kind of want to test the limits when it comes to 3090s. So enough of that, let's go ahead and get the 3070 Ti off. We're done, testing it, and let's go ahead and get this 3090 put on. So as mentioned in the other videos, we were pulling about 200 watts continuous, and these are our 18 AWG splitters. And because these are true 18 AWG splitters, we feel comfortable running 200 watts continuous through these. That said, we are going to be taking off this 8 pin that was split to 6 pin to power our 8 capacitor riser, and we will be using this to dedicate on our 3090. So to power our riser, we will be utilizing the Molex connection. So we have that all plugged in right here, ready to go. We have an 8 pin from the power supply right here, and another 8 pin from the power supply here, split into 2 8 pins. Each 8 pin from the power supply should be able to handle up to 250 watts as long as it's 18 AWG. So since we're using 2 dedicated 8 pins, this should in theory be able to handle up to 500 watts. We are not going to be going up to 500 watts on this, so 2 dedicated 8 pins will be more than enough. So that said, let's go ahead and get this 3090 unboxed. Alright, so this is an ASUS TUF Gaming 3090. I'm not going to do a whole bunch with the unboxing here. It's pretty standard. It's going to be the same as the 3080 and the 3070. The actual size of the box is the same. So let's go ahead and get this seal cut right here. All right, so we cut the seal right there. Let's go ahead and get this open. All right, so this is the same exact model as I said before, the 3080 and the 3070. Same exact dimensions. Actually, I do have the 3080 in my main computer right here. That's used for mining and video editing and everything like that. As I'm taking this apart, I'll kind of like look back and forth and see if there's any differences. I don't think there will be, but let's go ahead and get this out of the bag. So we have it all taken out here. Just quickly glancing at it, it is the same exact size as the 3080 that is in my computer. So this will be pulling a couple more watts than the 3080, and by a couple more, probably around 80 more. But luckily, so far in my main computer, as you can see right here, is a mini ITX case. It actually has pretty good cooling on it. It does thermal throttle as a 3080 in the case, but it doesn't thermal throttle as much as you would think. So I'm pretty optimistic about the ASUS TUF 3090 being fine. But we won't know if we have any thermal throttling issues until we get it up on the test bench. Now, I'm sure it will have some thermal throttling issues once we have a whole bunch of them in series on a rig, but that will be for a later time. So let's go ahead and get this 3090 hopped into our test bench. So upon closer inspection here, it looks like the RTX 3090 ASUS TUF only has 2 8 pins. So I'm going to go ahead and disconnect our splitter so that we have 2 dedicated 8 pins from the power supply to power this. Okay, now that we have these 2 dedicated 8 pins, I'm going to go ahead and get all of this plastic off of here so that we can get this going. Alright, so we have the 3090 ASUS TUF on the test bench. We have both 8 pins in there. I'm not sure if you can see it. We do have the riser powered by Molex. That is ready to go. So we did not end up using our splitter because I didn't realize that this 3090 only had 2 8-pins. So 2 8-pins is adequate for this card. If this did have 3 8-pins, then we could have used one of these to split off into an 8-pin splitter. But we don't have to do that for this. So let's go ahead and get this thing turned on and see if it boots. Hit the power button right here. Looks like we have power. We do have the HDMI plugged in right here that connects over to our screen, which it did just show the boot screen. Let's go ahead and get this thing all booted up. I will switch the colors on this. It is NVIDIA, so let's go with green. So it looks like we do have some Windows updates. I recently did upgrade this test bench to Windows 11. If you guys saw the other video that I did on T-Rex Miner, you also might have noticed that all of this has been on Windows 11 as well. So let's go ahead and get logged in real quick. Now that we're signing in, looks like the card is working just fine. We are getting a video output. The risers, LEDs are all on. We have the 1X chip that's on the 16X slot right there. All right, so we are logged in right now. What I am going to do is I'm going to make sure that Afterburner is not running, or I mean it can be running. I'm just going to be leaving it on stock settings. Once I confirm that the stock settings are on, let's go ahead and just boot up T-Rex Miner and get this thing mining. Okay, so as you guys can see right here, we are running all stock clocks on this. Let's go ahead and open up T-Rex Miner. So let's go ahead and start T-Rex Miner up. Now you can probably see the wattage start to increase right here. We're about 400 watts. Now system idle on this is about 60 watts. So that means right now the 3090 is consuming about 360 watts. So because of this large power draw, that is exactly why I didn't use a splitter to power this. Although these are the highest quality splitters that you can buy on the market, it is still not enough to power an RTX 3090. So it is vital to make sure that you have at least 2 8-pins powering this. But as I said earlier in the video, one of these 8-pins could be connected to a splitter if this did have 3 8-pins on it. Right here, I'm not sure if you can see, but you can actually see the LED on the back of the 16X slot on our 8 capacitor riser straight through the fan. Looks really cool right there. But I'm going to go ahead and cut it right there. It does look like we are getting about 105 mega hash on Ethereum, but obviously that does not include any overclocks or any kind of power limit or anything like that. Without a power limit, I do believe these 3090s, just like 3080s, will hit a thermal throttle very fast. So that's going to be everything for this video. I just kind of wanted to go over, taking off the RTX 3070 Ti and moving on to the RTX 3090 for our analysis. Please be on the lookout for the upcoming videos regarding the RTX 3090. We will be doing an entire rig build on these, and that will be coming fairly shortly. But if you guys like what you saw, go ahead and click that like button. It does help out the whole GPURisers team. And also hit that subscribe button because we are going to be coming out with some really cool content. And I think I mentioned in the other video, but we have some things coming in mid to late November that are very exciting. So please be on the lookout for that. But until then, I hope that you guys have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you guys next time.